Hi. Oh my god. Hey. I unplugged my mic yesterday and forgot to replug it. How is everybody? I sound sick, right? Yes, because I feel sick now. Mainly because of what I did yesterday. For those who don't know, after my stream last night, I ended up drawing until 6 a.m. this morning. And yeah, my body's very angry at me. But it's okay. I'm okay. I'll take some medicine. I'll be fine. Anyways, so today we are going to do something a little different. As you can see, I am not on my iPad. I'm actually on my computer today, and I am trying to go back to drawing on my computer again, mainly because like, I know there are features it's more readily available on my computer. Also, like, as much as I love my iPad, right? The problem is that sometimes the layering becomes a problem, because the iPad, as you know, like, I don't normally work in layers anyways, but when I have to, I'm limited to like maybe 40 layers if it's a high-res image. If it's a low-res image, then I can go until 100. But usually I work at like 350 DPI with at least like 2,000 to 3,000 pixels. That's actually okay, but so because I work at that size, usually I'm limited to like maybe 40 layers, which I don't normally go beyond anyways. But I was working on my model, and it got really tiring when I had to constantly work around it. So today I wanted to try to work on Painter's Eye again, because this is what I used to use when I was just a little fairy trying to maneuver the world. And everything I have here, I haven't touched in a very long time. So that's why I figured today we can do something a little different and work on some character designs. Whoa. Sorry about that. Oh, I forgot to tweet. Wait. I need to tweet. I need to tweet first. I forgot to tweet this. But yeah, my voice, I am like dying. Drawing practice. Okay. Yes. Okay. I had so much fun with the Mario Kart yesterday. It's definitely something that I will do again. But I also want to play horror games. But I don't know, we'll see. Okay, so here I have two objects. I'm gonna close one first. So I'm gonna turn it into a person, like a character design. So mainly I'm gonna try to break down the shapes that I see. Okay, so what I learned while, just like trial and error thing, is that when you're designing something, try not to go the obvious way. So the shapes that I'm seeing are all like heart shapes and roses, right? So let's see. I definitely like this one. It might be the skirt. It looks kind of obvious though. Because like, what you want to do is you want to take the essence of the drawing, like the object, and then turn it into a character design. So I don't want to just transfer it over to, like, for example, like just transfer it over to a person. So let's just think I haven't done character design in so long. Like, honestly, it's so fun. But yeah, I have a problem of creating too many OCs. So I told myself to stop. Because I used to write stories also of my OCs back when I was a little girl. Because my mom encouraged me to write when I was younger. Hello, welcome. So my mom encouraged me to write when I was younger, and so I used to write stories of my OCs and stuff. And yeah, I started writing when I was really young. Obviously it's trash, right, compared to what an adult can write. But hello Nagi, long time no see. Yes, I was seeing people do this, right, and I was like, oh my god, I want to try. I so absolutely want to try, but let's see if I can if I can do it or not, because this looks quite challenging. Shh, quiet now. Quiet now. Don't go exposing me like that, man. I used to, yeah, it was so cringe. So, what Nike is saying, like, Karen no Hon, is because I used to name my books, like quote unquote books, so and so no Hon. So, like, for example, Stella no Hon. And then I'd write, I think I had like up to 7. Oh my god, it's the cringe. Yeah, it was, oh my god. It is insane. Like, it was, I was looking back at it, like reading it again, and I was like, oh my god, the cringe, the cringe. Okay, so I really like this over here, like the little petal. Like, maybe I'll bring that over to the chest, because I really like that. But then, hold on. Or should I do a cape? Wait. Should I do a cape? A cape might work. Let's see. Like a little. Yeah, that actually might work. Ooh. And you can do like a fanfic writing face. I used to write fanfic also, yeah. Oh my god. Yes. Oh my god, that was something. God, no, please. It looks weird, doesn't it? Maybe instead of having it as the whole body, we could have like a belt, like a flower-shaped skirt, like that. And then we can have maybe, let's see, we can have, oh, I'm like figuring out the buttons, because I haven't touched this in a while, so it's confusing. So we can do like that. For the chest area. Yes, okay. There we go. And then I want, you know, like this is giving me like magical girl vibes, like the like she's holding like a weapon kind of thing. Let's see. Maybe she could hold like a staff. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, look at the scuffed hand. I always draw like really rough drawings first, and then clean it up. I don't know how people can sketch so cleanly. It doesn't make any sense to me. Okay. Oh, should I make it a big one? Like a big heart. Super big. Super big. And then you can have the rose going out here. Like that. Yes. Something interesting that I really like is when they hold like super big staffs. Like, it's so funny to me. People who sketch clean scare the crap out. Yes, exactly. Like how do you do that? It's ridiculous. Actually, you know what? Should I make it a tiny, tiny girl? Maybe I could make it into a tiny girl. Let's see. I can't figure out my controls. Oh my goodness. Ooh, what do you guys... I'm gonna have dinner after this. What are you guys having for food? What did you guys have for dinner? Those who already have dinner. I'm having shabu shabu tonight. I'm so happy. I love shabu shabu. Like hot pot is the shit, man. Hot pot is my jam. Plus the weather lately has been really atrocious in Hong Kong. It's like cold and then hot and then cold and then hot, which doesn't help my case at all, honestly. I am already like weak AF, but I'm still like, not only is my sleeping schedule fucked up, but something's wrong. Hang on, something is wrong. The weather also is fucking me up. You had rice balls. Dang. Yeah, shabu shabu is nice. It's great. So today's a bit, like this few days have been a bit colder than usual, so yeah, so we decided to have shabu shabu. Wait, let me open this up. Okay, this is what I get for changing proportion midway. I'm screwed. This is what happens. This is what happens. Are you? Okay. Okay, let's see. is a bit bigger. Slightly bigger. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I'm so used to zooming in with my iPad that my hand keeps trying to zoom in using my fingers, and it doesn't work because obviously this is not the iPad. Clean up. Okay. Do you recommend iPad for drawing over Cintiq? Okay, it depends on what you already have. So, for example, if you already have a computer that's working fine, and if you already have like the programs, then I do recommend a Cintiq. Actually, no, scratch that. I don't recommend a Cintiq anymore. I recommend a display tablet. So right now I'm not even using a Cintiq anymore. I'm using Queon, and let me tell you, I used to have a Cintiq. I used to have a 13-inch Cintiq, but I sold it mainly because it was old, and also it was very heavy, because the one that I had was the Cintiq with the computer, so like Mobile Studio Pro, but it was the older version, so it was the Cintiq Companion, and it had built-in computer, and the computer wasn't great, so I wouldn't suggest you. First of all, I wouldn't suggest you to get the Cintiq that is with a computer unless you need a new computer. But still, I wouldn't suggest you to get the Cintiq with the computer, a built-in computer. And then they do have a cheaper Cintiq right now, like Cintiq 1, I think. That's still more expensive than this Queon. So this Queon cost me about $400 US. No, less than that actually. I think 350 maybe. And it does everything a Cintiq can. It has I don't remember how many pressure. It has, I think, 8,000 pressure sensitivity or 4,000 pressure sensitivity. But to be honest, right, you can't feel it. You won't be able to feel it at all. You won't be able to tell the difference between the pressure sensitivity when it's in the 4,000s. I mean, even 2,000s you can't tell, honestly. My iPad pressure sensitivity is only 1,000. 1024, I think, 1024. And this one I think has, this is the Queon Canvas 13-inch. This one has like 4,000 or 8,000, I'm not too sure. And quite frankly, I can't tell the difference. You can see that my artwork looks the same. There is literally no difference between the pressure sensitivity. perhaps it's because my touch is soft to begin with that I don't actually know the difference. But I know some people say that like the pressure sensitivity does matter. I mean, it does, but honestly, it's not everything. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason why I didn't like Huion before was because their pens had to be recharged every so often, and Wacom's pen are powered through the screen, so when you put the pen on the screen, it's already being powered by it. Now Huion caught up to Wacom. Actually, not just Huion, the other ones, artist something, XP Pen, Pablo, Huion, they all caught up to Wacom actually. And now it's no longer as bad as it used to be, because before, years ago, right, it was kind of known like these budget display tablets are not as good because it has latency, it has like pen wobble was really bad. And look, I can draw a straight line with no wobble, literally over and over and over and over. There is no wobble, there is no latency. It's very responsive. So right now, when I had to buy a new tablet, I was like considering actually, oh, should I go back to Wacom, because I used Wacom my whole life. I used to use the pen tablets before the display tablets. I had the bamboo, like bamboo. I'm talking about like old ass bamboo. I had that. Let me make this stuff massive. And it had like 500 pen pressure. And then I went up to the Intuos with 2000 pressure, and I went to the Cintiq with 2000 pressure, but it was a display tablet. And then now I'm up to 4000, I think, 4000 pressure with this Huion one. And initially, yes, Cintiq was leading, but then slowly everyone just caught up. So I don't think you should get a Cintiq anymore because it's so overpriced. It's a luxury thing, I think. So if you already have a computer that works, you already have the programs, then grab a display tablet. They're very affordable now. That's not Wacom, okay? Even Wacom came up because the competition started to get higher and higher. They came out with the Wacom 1, which is a bare minimum display tablet where it's just it doesn't even have a stand. It's, I think, around $300 or $400, and it doesn't have a stand. It's 13 inches. It comes with a pen with no eraser at the back. And my Huion also doesn't have an eraser, by the way, at the back. That's one thing my Cintiq pen used to have, is that I can just flip it over and erase on the other side. But it's just something I had to get used to. Yeah, I think bamboo tablets are a staple on like starter artists from like long ago. Like bamboos don't exist anymore, I don't think so. I think right now the cheapest one is called Wacom Intuos, and then and it's as cheap as I think $70 or $50. But it's tiny, so it's like I think it's the size of a sketchbook, like a small sketchbook. But with that price, you can get a bigger one, a bigger tablet for like on Huion or something like that. I was at the computer center yesterday, and I passed through. I was looking at mics because I wanted to buy. Hello, Octavius. I was looking for a new mic, and I was also looking for a display capture card. And I passed by all these tablets, like a bunch of tablets, different kinds of tablets, different brands, different price range, and I was like impressed in a way because they all look the same. They actually all look the same, because right now everyone is like copying everyone already, right? So so basically it was just tablet after tablet of like different brand, XP Pen, Huion, Pablo, and then of course Wacom, and it was amazing because they all had the same feature, and I know that Wacom is actually losing because not many people actually are buying Wacom anymore because the other brands are catching up, and they're all cheaper. They're all cheaper. They're equally as good. You know, it's just like how iPhone used to lead, and then Samsung and the other brands started catching up, and yeah. And yeah, everyone, if you notice now, phones nowadays, they all look the same, kind of. So it's really just a preference kind of thing now. But I would say, in terms of drawing on a mobile tablet, not a tablet, like not a display tablet, I still think the iPad is the best. But again, this is coming from someone who uses an iPad all the time. My sister actually bought a Samsung, what is that called? Like Z Fold. So her phone can be opened into like so her phone looks like that, and then when it opens, it becomes like a mini tablet. So it's like that, and it comes with a pen, and so that's her phone. When it opens, it's like that. And I tried it. You can actually draw on it, and it's fine. If you have like Ibis Paint, or because Ibis Paint and Minibang, it runs on Android also, then you can create art on it. Honestly, right now it's not really the tool, it's the you. It's a you thing. I always believe that yes, tools make the artwork, but it shouldn't be all of the artwork, if you know what I mean. You could be like the best artist out there and still draw with a $1 pen. You know what I mean? Because my teachers, when I was still in school, they would always say like, you should be able to draw using anything, any medium. Hello, boy. You should be able to draw with anything. You shouldn't use it as an excuse like, oh, I don't have a Cintiq, so I can't draw. Not true. Yes, drawing with a pen tablet is difficult. It's way more difficult than drawing with a display tablet. I can attest that for sure. Oh, excuse me. It is way more difficult to draw on a pen tablet because you have to have like good hand-eye coordination, and not everyone has that. For me, when I was drawing on the pen tablet and when I was drawing on my display tablet, there was a huge gap between the drawings because I didn't really have good hand-eye coordination in terms of the like what my lines didn't look as good is what I could say. Like, it doesn't look as good. But if you are not someone who, if you're someone who can actually you're really good at managing that, then don't bother getting any tablet. Just use the same. Exactly, Ariel. You don't need to buy a new tablet if the one that you have works already. There is no need, literally. Now, if you already have the programs, is what I'm saying, you don't have to get an iPad. However, if you do not have the computer, or your computer doesn't have the capability to run the programs, or you don't want to, for example, you don't want to pay for Untitled, or you don't want to pay for Photoshop or Clip Studio, and you have to get like a new pen tablet, and you go around a lot. Now, that's one thing. If you move around a lot, like for example, like me, I work full-time, right? So I'm at home, I'm also at work, so when I commute between home and work, I usually draw. So I bring my iPad with me because there's no way for you to bring your display tablet and your computer. There's no way. So convenience sake, iPad is the way to go, or a drawing tablet is a way to go. If you don't have a computer, get an iPad or a pad, like whatever kind of pad. That is a good alternative. iPads run as cheap as $300, so you will get a Cintiq, quote unquote, a Cintiq for $300. Plus the pencil, let's say $400. So my Huion cost me $400, right? Less than $400, a little under that. And I already have the program. I already have everything. So I just got the Huion because I can run Photoshop, I can run Paint.si. But for people who don't have that, the iPad is a good option because you can obviously, it's for entertainment. You can watch YouTube, you can work on it. There are times where I wouldn't even touch my computer because I have my iPad with me, because I can when I'm at work, I can take notes on my iPad. I can write lesson plans on my iPad if I need to. I can Zoom on my iPad. and you guys know that I draw on Procreate a lot. Like for example, my model that you can see right now, I drew it entirely on the iPad, right? All these assets that you see, like my overlay, everything, iPad. My intro, my loading video, also drawn on the iPad. The only thing that I had to run to the computer for was what I mentioned just now, the layers. We all know VTube models require 1,000,000 layers, right? My iPad couldn't go beyond 40 layers. 40 layers is not enough for me, because this is gonna break the fourth wall a little bit, but like you need a layer for everything. So for example, my lashes and my eyelid has to be separated, and then hair is the most painful thing to separate, because you know, you have the left side of the head and then the right side of the head, and then whatever that you see that moves right now, if you see, like even my crown, the dangling on my crown, that's a separate layer each. So the amount of pain that I had to go through just to separate all those layers, I ended up having to work on Photoshop to separate the layers because I didn't have enough. Like my iPad couldn't handle it. So there's that. If you work in 1,000,000 layers, there's no point in you working on the iPad. It cannot handle it. However, if you're like me, and you use only like 2 layers, then it doesn't matter. You can work on the iPad, and you can work on the Procreate. Procreate is very good. Yeah, I drew my model on the iPad entirely. It's the cutting that I had to do out of the iPad. I had to cut on my computer. And yeah, so basically, if you need convenience, go for the iPad. If you feel like, I don't want to spend money on a new hardware, just get a pen tablet, display tablet. Honestly, it's really personal preference at this point, because honestly, do I really need my iPad? No. I can stick to drawing on my tablet. I just won't be able to draw on the go, which is fine. I can play like freaking Genshin Impact on the go. Anyways, but I formerly used Procreate. I've been using Procreate since 2015, so I got used to it, and it is quite intuitive. It's really straightforward. It does animation. You can animate, do simple animations on Procreate, which is a plus. Now you can even draw onto 3D objects on Procreate. So they're constantly improving it. So that's a plus. And I mentioned this in my last stream, it is a one-time purchase thing. $10 lifetime, and it keeps updating. You get free brushes, you get basically a really good program. And it's a one-time purchase. Like, obviously, if you're going to compare, if it's for heavy lifting, it's never going to compare to a computer, ever. So it really, really, really is up to you. At the end of the day, it's really just a fancy drawing tablet, if you want to look at it that way. And it's just convenient, right? Do you need it? No. If you're always at home, or if you do your art at home, then yeah, just get a display tablet. One-time purchase, yeah. It's just like paint tool size, one-time purchase. It's really nice. Oh, the leaves. I like the leaves. She's so cute. Oh my god. I was thinking of doing a challenge, a drawing challenge. A no pen pressure drawing challenge. just to flex. Just to flex. Not flex, I mean like just to show myself that you don't need pen pressure. We don't need pen pressure. What's pen pressure? We don't need it. The struggle is going to be, for sure. Okay. Let's. I don't know. I don't know. I know like some people do like the 1 layer challenge. It's pointless for me because I already drawn 1 layer, so I don't there's no point in me doing the challenge. I think the reason why I enjoy doing 1 layer so much is because it's very much like traditional art, right? Like there is literally, when you're on traditional art, there is no layers for you to hide behind. There's nothing you can do. If you're screwed, you're screwed. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. You cover it up. You cover that shit up. to... So I don't actually mind doing everything in one layer. However, I was told by my teachers not to do that though. I was like, what if you need to edit it? Which he had a point. Like, so if you're doing it on different layers, then you'll be able to edit, like, for example, hair colors and everything. Then I'm like, okay, well, then what for me is like, if I know that I'm going to change, there's a possibility that I would change hair color or like clothes color, then I would automatically do it on a second layer anyways. But if I know that there's no changes that I'm going to make, because I planned right before drawing, kind of, then I don't bother. Oh, and also one thing about the iPad I wanted to mention is if you're on the if you're on the iPad, you have to do a lot of heavy modifying on your iPad. So for example, when you're drawing on the iPad, it's like drawing on slippery glass. It's shit. Okay, there is no texture for your pen to hold on to. So it feels terrible. Your pen is gliding across that glass like it's with no resistance. So it is terrible. Okay, so that's why if you've been looking at YouTubers who bought like iPads, they always buy this brand called Paperlike. It creates the texture on the iPad surface so that they would have some kind of resistance. And you don't have to buy Paperlike, honestly. I didn't use Paperlike. I just got a random brand that I found. So you don't have to buy Paperlike. It's basically just a textured screen guard. Screen guard. So there is that. And then for those of you who are used to having some kind of like spring to the drawing, like, so when you're pressing down, between you press soft and when you're pressing down, there is some kind of like your pen. So this is my crayon. It goes in when it's touching the surface, so it will automatically sink in a little bit. So you will feel like you're pressing. It feels like you have whatchamacallit, like your pen is going into the screen a little bit, so it feels quite realistic, like you're drawing on a surface, like a nice surface. On the iPad, there's no such thing. You are drawing on cold, hard glass. So what happens when you don't have that kind of feeling? You have to buy something. Like the one that I have is this silicone tip, so it mimics the feeling of it's sinking into the surface. I dealt with that when I was working on a drawing in Ubuntu Linux. I don't think I've drawn with no pressure except for pixel art, because you don't need pen pressure for pixel art. But when was the last time I drew with no pen pressure? I don't think I have. I've always had pen pressure. It's a crutch, honestly, if you draw without pen pressure. It's a handicap, I mean. Yeah. Yeah, drawing on the wrong layer is also very annoying. It happened when I was working on my model. I was like, damn it! Not this layer! If I had to fix something, I'd be like, no! Not here! It's there! God! Ah! The way I paint heavily relies on pen pressure, honestly. So I would like to see what happens. I'm actually curious. Because no pen pressure means blending is going to be very difficult also. Too often. I don't have that problem. What wrong layer? I only have one. Look at me. I'm drawing on one layer. This design is over. Thank you. Yeah, I forgot how fun it is to draw on pencil style. Yeah, I remember I had this discussion with my colleague who is insistent on like using like the quote-unquote proper materials for art. I was being a little rude though, honestly. I was just like, no, you shouldn't have that problem. If you're having problem with drawing without the proper tool, then it's a you problem. I straight up told her, like, I was just like, no, it shouldn't be the paper's fault. It's a you problem. It's your fault that you cannot draw nicely. I was being so rude. Thinking that I was like, holy shit. Sometimes you need to like stop before you talk. But it's true. Yes, sometimes the paper does affect the finish of the artwork, but the material is not everything, you know? Sometimes, yes, it does affect it. But then if you're struggling so much, then it's not the paper's problem, it's the you problem. You can't draw. Because she kept blaming the paper. So I was drawing with oil pastel, right? And yes, the paper does affect the oil pastel's finish, how it blends and whatnot. Obviously if you have a more friction, like the paper with more rougher paper that has more teeth, then yes, it will pick up the colors better, but the blending, not necessarily. She kept blaming the paper or the material. She's like, this oil pastel is not good, it's very difficult to blend. And I was like, no, I don't have that problem. Why do you have that problem? I was like telling her, like, I don't understand why you have that problem. And yeah, and then so I was like, stop blaming the material. It's not the material, it's you. Oh, and not to mention, she's my senior. but I had enough of you complaining. I was like, just work with it. So I was teaching one of my students. I was like, telling her, yes, because I would bring my own brushes to teach her. Mainly because I wanted to let her know, like, there is a difference between good brushes, good tools, not just brushes, good tools and tools that are just mediocre, right? There is a difference. There is a reason why it's more expensive. To, like, certain brands are more expensive, or like, why, you know, there's a thing called like artist grade, student grade, and like what do we call it, like the different grading of the art tools. Like, so for those who don't know, student grade is the lowest tier, artist grade is the middle tier, professional grade is the most expensive ones, right? So student grade is a good example of student grade is Reeves paint tools, like anything, the Reeves watercolor, paint. So when I say Reeves, I'm talking about, like, let me show you. Reeves paint. I think everyone's seen this before. Like this one. You guys have seen this brand, right? Reeves. This is a very basic, like a student grade painting tool. It's cheap. And then the artist grade, is something I actually personally use, is Liquitex. Where is Liquitex? Yeah, Reeves is student grade. Liquitex. These ones are artist grade. these ones. Don't know if you guys seen this before. Liquitex. So this is artist grade. Professional grade are those expensive ass ones. Winsor Newton, one of them, is a professional grade. There's different. What you call it? Like these ones. They look very, 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 very fancy, and like, here, let me show you. Load. You can tell just from looking at it, actually. The more colorful the barrel, the cheaper it is, actually. And let me show you. There are different levels. So there's the let me show you. Winsor Newton actually has a good range of yeah, I'm showing you. Good range of acrylic paints. Allow me to show you. So if you see here, this one, when you see the Galleria ones, that's the artist grade. But if you see this one, that's the professional grade. Professional. You can see the word professional here, actually, but yeah. So yes. And then the cheaper ones, actually, they don't have it here. It's called Winton. Winton is the cheaper ones. So there's Winton, and then there's Galleria, and then there's the professional. Different finish, different quality. And one thing, if it's cheap acrylic, it's very hard to wash off any surface that you put it. So for example, I use a ceramic plate for my palette, for my acrylics, and I use Pibeo. I think you've seen that brand, Pibeo. That's actually a really cheap student grade acrylic. Very affordable, very workable. Let me show you. You've seen these kinds, I'm sure. this one. These ones, I think you've seen them, right? They're very, very common. This is very, very cheap acrylic, and these ones actually don't remove. Like, I use the white because I use white a lot, right? So I bought the white Pebeo, I call it Pebeo. I bought the white one. I bought a small one mainly because at that time I was just practicing acrylic. So I wasn't really sure if I wanted to buy the more expensive ones. Then I just grabbed a random one first. Hang on, wait. Undo that. I'm gonna paint the skin underneath. And when I put it down on my plate, it sticks on. And when you're washing it, it's a pain to wash because it really sticks on the palette. It doesn't matter what kind of palette it is, like it's just any palette. And I think this is just my own like guesstimation. Cheaper acrylic has glue in it. I think it has glue in it. So that's why it doesn't come off as easily. Because from what I've seen, the more expensive acrylics that I have, one wash and it will come out immediately off my palette, even if it's dry. I can just wash it off and like not even scrape it off, it will just come out. It will come off immediately after I just wet it. Obviously it won't come out in like watery paint, it will just come out in chunks, but it will just, it's very easily removable is what I'm trying to say. Obviously if it gets on your clothes, then obviously kiss that fabric goodbye. But if that paint is a cheaper paint, then it's hella hard to remove. And sometimes the dye that they use, like the color, the pigments, is cheap, like dirt cheap, because at work we use cheap acrylic, right? Like I'm all for cheap products, always, but it has to be good. I don't condone, like I it's fine buying off-brand products, that's fine as long as it's good, you know. I have no issue using off-brand products because if it works, it works. But at work we use like this really shitty off-brand acrylic that stains the hand. There's a specific color that stains, it's sky blue, I don't know why. That color and the brown color stains the hand. That and green actually. I think it's because obviously in order to mix the green they have to use the blue. Because it's so cheap, I don't know what kind of ingredients they use like for the pigment. It actually stains the hand. So one time my student, being the smart ass that he was, he said, I'm gonna paint with my hands because it's faster. So he just squeezed the paint, the blue paint, all over his hand and just started wiping it all over his canvas. Because yes, it is faster to use your hand instead of a brush. But he ended up with blue hands for the whole day. He said it took him like a week to remove it. So imagine that. I kept warning him. I was like, do not do it. That blue will stain your hand. Don't do it. And he's like, it's fine. It's fine. It's faster this way. And I was like, are you sure it's gonna stain your hand? And he's like, I'll just wash it. He became a smurf. So after he finished painting, he literally looked at me and his face was literally like, let me show you. It was so hilarious. He literally looked at me like, literally his face was like, he's like, did you sell it? My hands are blue. What do I do? And my face was like, I was like, I told you. That was me. I was just like, bitch, I told you. And then the next time we were painting, I was like, are you gonna use your hand again? Are you gonna use your hand again? And he was just like, no, I know, I'm not gonna use my hand. Just like this boy. It's so funny. His face was hilarious when his hand turned blue, and no matter how many times he washed it, his face was hilarious. I was like, I warned you. I literally told you not to do it, yet you still did it. And he's like, I didn't know that it was gonna be blah, 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 blah. And I was just like, this is why you listen to me. He is so funny. Because I accidentally one time blurted out that I have a YouTube channel. And then since that day, he has been bugging me to tell him what my YouTube channel is. And I was like, no, I'm not telling you. He's like, why? Why won't you tell me? I was like, no, I don't want to. And he's like, no, I will subscribe and I'll give you a like and I'll like your videos. And I was like, no. I was just like, no. He's like, why not? I was like, no, I'm not letting you cross that line. I don't want you on my channel. I don't want you encroaching my privacy because, you know, it's like, I don't need my other work to bother me here, you know. Although I know one of my students found out already. But she's older, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. But this boy is a bit young. Well, he's not young, he's like a tween, but like, you know, I just don't want him here. And until now, he's still like, because I had to do Zoom classes, and then he was like, oh, is that a are you using a webcam, Gisela? I was just like, yeah. I was like, is that the same webcam that you use for streaming? And I was just like, yeah. He's like, are you gonna tell me your channel? I was like, no. I was like, why? Why not? I want to know. And then he was begging me. He was begging me every freaking term, end of term. He's always like, Teacher Stella, I promise I won't tell anyone. Just I wanna subscribe to you. And I was just like, no. Bitch, I said no. You cannot keep asking me. He's like, no, bitch, stop. He's like, why won't you tell me? Why? like, no, I don't want you on my channel. I don't want you to see me at my natural habitat. You know, cause like I'm not very teacherly when I'm on here, right? Like I curse and I, you know, I don't act very, not elegant, but like I don't act very proper, is what I would say. And I don't want that to be like a, because it's very hard, right? For my other student that found me here, she's older, so she understands that when I'm teaching her, I'm teacher Stella, right? What she sees on YouTube is VTuber Stella. It's different. She knows how to separate it because she's older. But I feel like with younger kids, I don't think they're able to separate between personal and professional work. I don't know. I wouldn't say this is this is personal, but it's not like personal, if you know what I mean. So I rarely would bring up my, like for example, I have colleagues who know that I do this. Then, you know, I rarely bring it up when I'm at work because obviously it has nothing to do with my work. So why would I bring it up, right? Unless it's like maybe when they were saying like, oh, you probably won't have any problem doing Zoom classes, huh? Because you stream. Then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't have problems with that. In fact, I actually have all the tools that I need for Zoom classes because I stream, right? Then that's it, you know, that's the end of the conversation. It won't go beyond that. But kids, they don't know how to separate it, so that's why I don't want them to. If they find me, then obviously, well, it sucks, but then I'll have to have a talk with them that, you know, the pink lady that you see on the screen and the pink lady that you see in front of you right now are two different people. So you can't make that, you cannot bring that to real life. But yeah, so far they haven't found me yet, so, and I don't think they will ever find me anyways. I don't think 11, 12-year-old kids watch VTubers, right? Yeah, cursing is like something. I accidentally cursed in front of my student once. The same student that has been bugging me about my channel. I accidentally cursed in front of him. Accident. It was an accident. I was just like, I panicked. It was so bad because it literally just came out of my mouth. Because the thing is, I wasn't teaching him at that time. My colleague was teaching him. So when I'm teaching, obviously I have that mindset that, okay, you're teaching right now, you have to be proper, you have to watch out what you say, blah blah blah, those kind of things. So I'm careful, but because I wasn't teaching him and I was talking to my colleague at that time and he just happened to be there, it was not even anything. I don't even know what it was. Like, we were talking about something, and then I literally said, "What the fuck?" And then he heard me because he was right in front of me. Because I was talking to the colleague that was teaching him, so he was right in front of me, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "What?" what'd you say? I said, what? No, I didn't say anything. He was like, what? What did you just say? And I was like, no, nothing. I didn't say anything. And I quickly walked away. I was just like, shit. Crap. I slipped because I was not teaching at that moment. I was just like, shit. Certified porn moment. It was a very porn moment. God. He was like, what? And I literally, what? Oh, una misionita. It was so funny because one speaking of that, I have my other colleague. It's so funny. He was like teaching the older kids, and this girl, she hates drawing realistic stuff. She liked to draw anime only, like manga style. And she's like, why? I like this. I don't want to do anything else. Why do you have to learn how to draw realistically? He straight up said, so that you don't get judged. When he told me, I laughed. I was just like, that is so true. He was like, so you don't get judged. We had to do this in art school too. And they're like, but why? So you don't get judged. I was like, you didn't have to. You didn't have to break reality into it like that. Why'd you do that? I said. So you don't get judged. It's so funny. The conversation we have with the students sometimes, he's not wrong. No, he's not. He's not. He's absolutely right. It's just the fact that he said that. So you don't get judged. I was just like, bro, that's too real. Hey, stop zooming in. It's so funny. He's not wrong at all. Luckily, I never had that like anime is not real art moment when I was growing up. Mainly because your girl didn't actually have a lot of art classes before going to university. So they let me be. You know, I've been drawing this kind of artwork since, well, not this specifically, but anime, since I was really young. I think I started drawing anime stuff when I was 9. And then I went, like, I did that all the way until I entered university, and I never had that moment where my teacher was like, oh, anime is not real art. So I never had to have that argument with them or something like that. And also because I'm pretty much self-taught, aside from like one or two courses that I took, because like I mentioned, I actually studied fashion design, not illustration, in art school. So I didn't really get any formal education in terms of drawing, like not much at least, just tidbits here and there. So most of the time I just it's really just trial and error for me. And when I was doing illustration classes, the teacher actually said, I'm not going to say like anime is not real art. It's just I don't want you guys doing anime right now because it's too simplistic. Which is correct, actually. Anime is too simplistic. You don't need to deal with realistic proportions, or you don't need to deal with realistic like bone structure, because it's highly stylized. So yes, he's correct. So when I teach, I tell them also like, not that it's not real art, it's just that it is very stylistic, it's highly stylized, that you won't be able to learn as much about proportions and perspective and whatnot. So that's what I tell them. Because like I said, like being a teacher, what you say to your student really affects them in the long run. And really, I try to be very careful with what I tell them. Look at this cutie! Oh my god, she's so cute. Oh, I know what she's missing. Oh my god, I was like, what is missing from her face? Blush. Blush. Let's make it lighter. Ooh. Dang. Wait. La, 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 la. Okay, make it bigger. Aw. Well, thank you. Well, I really don't want to fuck them over, you know, because although I only see them like once a week, once or twice a week, I still want to be very careful with what I say. Because, like I said, you don't know what you say that's going to stick with them. Why does it look like she's frowning? Dang, that is off. don't do this enough. Flipping the image. I forget. I don't get to do that when I'm on Procreate, so I keep forgetting to do that. That's also one thing, like on Procreate, you don't get to flip the image, so you can't really check where it's off, like the drawing is off. Thankfully, in my case, it's not very bad. So you can't really tell that it's off, thankfully. Okay, anyways. I also was thinking of doing like you guys tell me what to draw challenge, like you guys give me instructions and I execute them. But then that only works if like there's a lot of you guys, then it'll be chaos. Or if anyone wants to do drawing collabs, please hit me up. Let's do it. Like one of those, what is that? Like the ones where you can draw on the same canvas together even though you're not in the same place, kind of thing. Draw pile? Yeah, something like that. And Gartic will be fun too, Gartic. But again, that's only fun if there's a lot of people. Her arms are not right. Her arms are not right. Her arms are not right. Crap. Okay. It should be. Okay, no. Let's erase that. Let's use the crayon. Mm. Yeah. Okay. There you go. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Or maybe I should do like that. Hmm. There we go. Something a bit straighter, I think that makes more sense. Okay. Detailing. Man, as I'm designing this, it's making me want to change my outfit. Making me want to redesign my outfit. I would definitely want to dress like this. My mama is going to be so angry at me if I change my design again. Yeah, so I'm actually working on a second outfit right now, and I just sent her the file, and I'm already like, ooh, maybe if I change. Yes, Stella 2.0. I wanted to actually do it for my birthday, but timing and Omicron hit out of nowhere, so I had to push it back. But it's getting there. Yeah. So, and then the thing about me is that I hate, if you notice, like I hate drawing the same outfit over and over again. So I very rarely draw even my OCs in the same outfit. I just don't like it. I like being able to draw different outfits, and it kind of shows their character also when they wear different outfits that kind of represents them. So I don't like to draw myself in the same outfit, and because of that I end up redesigning my outfit over and over again. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love what I wear right now. It's just after a while it gets boring. Yep, that's the problem of being a former fashion design student. It's like, I want to add, I want to accessorize, I want to do this, I want to do that. So troublesome. Yeah. No, I sent her the file already. There's no going back. I'm not redoing it. No. I shouldn't. It's one of the reasons why my oldest OC doesn't have a ref sheet, because I keep changing her outfit. It's like, it has to be perfect, but then, you know, the longer I work on it, the longer she evolves, like she changes over time, so it's like never ending. Like, honestly, when I was drawing, like the drawing that I posted on Twitter today, I kept like changing her outfit. I kept changing my outfit. I was just like, no, wait, no, wait, no, wait, no, no, I want it like this. No, wait, I want it like that. That's the struggle. maybe I can put like a gem here, like that. To kind of mimic this one here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, her shoes looks kind of weird now. It looks kind of weird. Do I want to make it like no. Should I make it into like a boot? Does it look weird? Maybe. Maybe if I change. Then have it. And this is a socks. Maybe. So that's kind of like the flower petal. Yes. And then she can pick. Ah, okay, I know what to do. We make it heart shape. Heart shape. Heart shape. Like that. Hey, that's cute. Yes. Yes. Okay. Like that. Sometimes when I'm designing, right, or like when I'm working on some characters, clothes especially, I get too caught up on like, oh, that's not realistic, or that's not how it works, or that's not how the fabric works, and I feel like that's so bad, right? It's like it's fantasy. There's no need for you to worry too much on making it realistic. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get too hyper focused on like, oh, but that's not how fabric should look like. If you think like that, then you won't be able to design like fantasy characters, right? Of course, there's like some, like, it has to, at a point, it has to like have some realism to it, because you know, in order to render it to look nice, there's gonna be a little bit of realism into it. Like, you can't make the fabric look too weird, or like the skirt or whatever, like, it's, you know. But I think in my case, I get too caught up on like, oh, but that's not how it works, especially because I know construction and I know fabrics and I know that that's not possible, or like, it doesn't make sense for it to be designed that way. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's so annoying. It's a handicap, I feel like, knowing too much. Or yeah, or for example, like, that's not where that line is supposed to be. It's supposed to be at the back, kind of thing. You know, like, oh, that's not where the seam is. That makes no sense. There cannot be any seam over there, you know. So it's like, it's annoying. It's super annoying. It's a predominantly white design. Because of course it is. It's one of my favorite colors. White is such an interesting color, don't you think? Because like, if in different contexts, it can be really scary, or it's really it's a really good color. Like, what's the first thing you think of when you think of the color white? For me, it's purity, right? But also, I think of like, I think of funerals. Because in Chinese culture, the immediate family of the person who passed away wear white. We wear white. We don't wear black, actually. I remember when my grandfather passed away, I had to wear white. And white, in a lot of Asian culture, yaoi lightsabers in... Oi! Oi! This kid. This little shit. Why are you like this? Why are you like this? This anyways, yes, I think of like funerals and death, but also purity and weddings, right? So it depends on the context, I think. So I feel like white is such a versatile color. Same with red. Red is like color of danger, color of blood, but it's also an auspicious color, especially in Chinese culture. It's a very good color, actually. So yeah, so you know, it's very versatile to me. White and red and black, actually. Black is also a very good versatile color. You know, black can be very sexy. Black can be evil. Black can be very professional, very put together, right? Black can be kind of like a, whatchamacallit, like a very neutral color. Black is a very neutral color, like white. White is also very neutral color. You can never go wrong. If you have an event to go to, you wear black or white. But white is kind of, again, like depends on the culture. You don't wear white to a wedding, right? But you also don't wear black to a wedding. So it's like, you think sling-slonging, you know? No, you just a hoe. But yeah, so white is my favorite, one of my favorite colors. White and black, actually. I used to when I was still studying fashion, black was a required color in a lot of our work. Don't know if I've mentioned this before, but they always say like, oh, black is very edgy, right? Black is very professional color, you know. Pink is too girly, pink is not allowed, kind of thing. So I wasn't allowed, and this is still annoys me until today, right? I wasn't allowed to use my pastel colors, and mind you, this is just how I am. I've been like this my whole entire life. I mean, I've loved pastel color. This is genuinely my interest. I genuinely have pink hair, you know, so it's like it's part of me. It's me. And when they tell me like, oh, you're not allowed to be you, it becomes very frustrating. Why am I designing? Who am I designing this for then, if not me? You know, I know a lot of the time it's like, oh, you follow the market, blah blah blah. I'm sure there's plenty of girls who love pink designs or like pastel designs, you know. Why are you limiting me to just using blacks and and I wasn't even allowed to use white, you know. Like it's those barcode sensors in those. Oi! Oi! I hate how hyperfeminism things are demonized. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so ridiculous that we're not allowed to be who I am, like who we are, you know. Why not? Why can't we embrace like the pink, and why can't we like pastel colors? There's nothing wrong with it. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. And then the thing is, right, the saddest part is when I left school, when I finished, and you know, I've mentioned this before, right? When they used to call my work cute, and I would like internally like combust because cute was a derogatory term, like it was not a compliment. When I became a teacher, my students enjoy the fact that I wear like pastel colors and the fact that I have pink hair. They would be like, oh, Teacher Stella, why do you have pink hair? And I was like, oh, because I like pink. Pink is my favorite color. And they were like, that's my favorite color too, Teacher Stella. And she's like, one day I want to have pink hair like you too. And I'm just like, yeah, absolutely, when you're older. So, you know, then I became known for like the teacher who wears pastel color, and the teacher who's always very like the pink teacher kind of thing, right? So I became quite known for that. And I just find that what like they enjoy it, the kids enjoy it, the parents enjoy it. They recognize me when you know, without because children are like they're very visually inclined, right? So they would be like, oh, where's the pink teacher? You know, like, oh, Teacher Stella, why is your hair not pink anymore? Because the color fades, right? Hello, Magram. Because the pink color fades, so obviously I don't maintain it as you know, I don't always retouch the pink color every single time I wash my hair. So sometimes the color would fade a little bit, and they'll be like, your hair is not pink anymore, and I'm like, yes, I will fix it. And then a while ago, I actually did a split hair color. So the outer part is pink and the inner part is blue. So my hair actually looked like literally so the outer part is pink, and then the inner part is like this bluish color. So when I tie my hair up, then it would look like so that's my ears. So the lower part is blue. Like that. And then you see some stripes of blues here too, and here. That was my hair for a while, so it's cool. Like I felt like a anime character. That's what my students said. Actually, you look like an anime character. I don't have the blue anymore. The blue faded, but it's like a silver color now. But yeah, so and then one student was like, I don't like this color on you. Because before that, my hair was purple and pink. I always have like some sort of pink in my hair because that's kind of like, it has become a part of me. Like I just feel like pink suits me best. My skin tone and whatnot. I mean, doesn't it suit me? But yeah, so I when I changed from the purple and pink to the blue and pink, one of my students was like, I don't like this. She's like, no, I don't like this one. I like the old hair on you. I was just like, I don't care. I like this. But she's just like, no, the old one looks better. And then some students were like, how'd you do that? How come you have blue and pink hair now? And I was just like, yeah, I went to the salon. And then they were like, oh, when I grow up, I want to be able to dye my hair like you. It's so cool that you can dye your hair pink. And I'm like, well, you gotta ask your mom. So yeah, kids, they're funny. Yep. Okay. Oh, dinner soon. I gotta go soon. Let me just finish this up. It's so funny. It's so funny how they're like, I wanna be like you. I wanna be able to dye my hair. Kids can be so cute, yeah. Kids can be demons and they can be really cute too. I've got like annoying kids. I've taught annoying kids too. My fair share of annoying kids. I've also taught my fair share of sweet kids. So it's very hard. I used to hate children so much. Like I hated them. Like the sight of children just made me gag. It won't kill your curls. It won't. But you have to just be extra gentle. Because I actually don't have straight hair. I have wavy hair. As long as your hair is not artificially curled, it'll be fine. If your hair is artificially curled, no, you can't bleach and curl them. It will destroy it. So as long as your hair is not artificially curled or straightened, then you're fine. The one thing about dyeing your hair so often is that you won't be able to stop. I don't think I've stopped dyeing my hair since 2018. Do you know how much damage that is actually to my head? Of course, before I would do it myself because, you know, broke student life. But now that I'm working, obviously I can afford to go to the salon because salons are really expensive, right? But dyeing your hair so often, it's very bad actually. I think half a year is the 3 months or half a year is the maximum of how close you should be dyeing your hair. When I say you can't stop, it's meaning like, especially if you dye in a light color like me, my hair is pink, right? Then when your roots grow, you will want to touch it up. Like when you see your roots come out, you'd be like, no, it has to be pink. I have to bleach it again. Like it doesn't matter if you bleach it or you dye it or whatever. It's annoying. It's annoying when especially it's very dangerous for you to not look like a hot mess, because especially if you're someone with dark roots, and then you have colorful hair. For example, if I had like say brown, like dark brown roots or black roots, then when it grows out and I have blue and pink hair, I look nuts. I look crazy. So once your roots start showing, then you have to touch up your hair. So it becomes quite endless feeling, like unless you're someone who's like, oh whatever, my roots are out, who cares, right? So it really is quite annoying that unless you make it seem like you make a balayage or ombre, so that when your roots does grow out, it doesn't look as crazy. For people with lighter hair roots, it's even worse, because for example, if you dye your hair dark blue and then your blonde roots come out, oh my god, dude, can you imagine how nuts you would look with like lighter roots? I don't know what's worse, lighter roots or darker roots, because if you, for example, if you have lighter roots and you have a pink hair like me, then it's fine. All you have to do is just use colored conditioner or colored shampoo to just touch up the colors. But if you have light roots and you have like dark hair, like for example you dye your hair brown and you have light roots, you look crazy because you have like this weird halo looking effect on your head, right? So it's like it's horrible. So that's what I meant when I say you can't stop. It's like the maintenance. It's the maintenance. Yeah. Yeah, and also, for example, if you split dye your hair, one side blonde, then you're constantly having to touch up one side only, right? So it's a commitment. I don't know. Don't stop me from dyeing your hair though. Don't stop because of me. If you want to do it, do it. Warm ass wig, yeah, that's true. That's actually a good solution if you don't want to dye your hair. You know, like a lot of Lolita girls, they just wear wigs because it's impossible, right? It's impossible to coordinate your outfits with your hair if you're constantly changing different colors. So they just wear wigs. just get a wig. The only issue about wigs is how hot it can get. It gets super hot, like intensely hot when you have wigs on. Okay. It's like an extra hat. Yeah, exactly. It's very annoying. I've worn wigs to school actually. Not high school, like school, like university. Back when because my hair takes forever to grow. So, I have never had long hair my entire life. And it's just impossible. I never have hair like that's so long that I can do a long ass braid. I can't. My hair just doesn't grow that long. So I wear wigs. But then, you know, because if you wear wigs you need to like really get dolled up, wear makeup and whatnot. It's quite a lot of effort. But nowadays, wigs are starting to get smart. Wig makers are starting to get smart, yo. Have you seen the wig that's like on a hat? So it's like a cap with the hair on the side. So you just wear it, and that's like the wig. It's so cool. How long is it now? It's like to the middle of my back. It's until the middle of my back right now. It's the longest it's ever been. I've never had long hair. Never. Yeah, those hats are really fun. Okay. Whoops. I gotta go soon. Let's finish this quickly. Oh, I'm almost done. Okay. Thank you. She is cute. Let's see. I think maybe no, that's a bit weird. Okay. There we go. That's a nice highlight to the hair. I wanted something more on the head. Okay. Ribbon. Ribbon it is! Ribbon in the middle. Oh my god, this is so fun actually. I should do more of this. It's a good practice too. Okay. That's it, I think. What do you guys think? Does it make sense? I'm trying to make it so that it's not too straightforward, but then also I do like the shape of the overall shape, like the heart and the flowers, so I did want to take that. And then obviously the shape of the skirt is inspired by the little flower. Yay! Okay. I will post this on Twitter. And then maybe later I'll do one more after dinner. I have forgotten how to crop. Hang on. Oh wait, I know. Crop is this. Canvas, string canvas. Clearly. I haven't done this in a while. Hey! Let's put a pinkish background. Okay. No. Okay, let's do. Nope. Okay. Let's do gray then. Gray's the safest. There we go. And then let me just cancel. Okay, one thing. One very, very, very bad habit that I have to fix. Not saving. Look, it's still called New Canvas 1 because I haven't saved at all. It's such a bad habit. Let's just save. Let's do PNG. That's what happens. I don't save. And then I'm going to pop it onto Photoshop because the editing on Photoshop is easier, so I actually edit in Photoshop. Yeah, I have a really bad habit of not saving my artwork. Super bad. Very bad habit. Very, very bad habit. it showing? Ooh. 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 There we go. There we go. Eh? There we go. Whoa. What's happening? Well, that's weird how it's not showing. Well, at any rate, for some reason it doesn't want to show my screen. I don't know why. That's so weird. Anyways, I have decided to press. Anyways, we'll go back to Painful Siren. Now I remember why I don't use Photoshop on stream. I was wondering why don't I use Photoshop on stream, because it doesn't want to capture it properly. Anyways, yes, okay, yes, I'm done. It's time for me to have dinner. Let me just sign it. Let's sign it. Actually no, let's do it on another layer. Why can't I sign it properly? Ayo. I always sign it sideways. I don't know why, but it's not meant to be that tilted. Hey. Okay. And that is it for today's stream, everybody. I'm off to have shabu shabu now. Shabu shabu. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys on Thursday for a collab with a bunch of VTubers. It's gonna be fun, it's gonna be awesome, and I will see you Thursday 9 p.m. GMT +8. But yeah, thanks for coming, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.